Hey, good morning to everybody. Happy Friday. It's Daryl here. It's 4 a.m. here in Connecticut on the East Coast. All right. A lot of you probably, if you're tuning in right now, you probably saw my video yesterday. You probably saw the video where I talked about I like to bang on Rudy. I like to throw Rudy on the mat and just give him a good elbow. I got to be honest with you guys. Today, I'm not even kidding when I say this. Today, I almost, it's a different feeling. I almost feel sad. I almost have pity on Rudy at this point. I swear to God, it almost at this point, hitting him like I hit him yesterday almost feels like I'm picking on somebody that's disabled. Like it's not a fair fight. It's almost not even funny anymore. And I'm not saying that to make a joke. I seriously, you can tell by I don't have the same demeanor this morning after. Okay, when I first tuned into the news this morning, it's like, once again, I see the Trump news from last night, and I'm like, this has to be a joke. This can't be serious. The same when I saw Rudy pop up in front of the garage door next to the porno shop and the crematorium. I was like, this has to be a joke. This got to be a joke. You know, 70 million people voted for this guy. This is his attorney. This has to be a joke. Same thing I saw this morning. I tune in and I see that Rudy Giuliani's hair dye, he's sweating his hair dye out of, oh my God, I can't even say this seriously. He's sweating his hair dye in a press conference yesterday. And once again, it gets worse. I swear to God, I thought this can't be real. This has got to be a joke. Nope. And again, let me talk about Donald Trump hiring the best and the brightest. So yesterday, even Fox News, I don't know the names of Fox News hosts, I'm sorry, but even they had trouble. What Rudy is saying in front of the camera to the American people is not what he's saying in court. He's saying, this is voter fraud. Remember the video I made yesterday? In his cases are getting thrown out of court because he says verbatim, this case isn't about voter fraud. It's about fair protection. And then he comes on TV and said, this is voter fraud. Voter fraud, not voter fraud in court. And that's just the icing on the cake, man. What he's saying in front of the camera and what he's saying in the courtroom are completely different things. It's just innuendo. I don't even know where to start with this. All right, so on top of just baseless claims, again, I was like, this has to be a joke. They got to be using this as a joke, because I saw that he was using quotes from the movie My Cousin Vinnie, and that he was quoting the rap group from the 80s, Crisscross. Everybody jump. Forgive me for that. I was like, this has to be a joke, man. It's got to be a joke. And every time it wasn't a joke, man. It wasn't a joke. I'll put the clips down below. There's clips from the press conference. At this point, it's just sad. I almost can't make fun of this. All right, let me just say this. The best and the brightest. Trump's people are the best and the brightest. He surrounds himself with the best and the brightest because he is a very stable genius. At this point, you got to see, come on, guys, you got to see almost 200,000 COVID cases yesterday, over 2,000 deaths. This vaccine can't come out soon enough. And Pence came out yesterday to talk about the vaccine. First time they've come out to talk about this since July. You guys have to have your faculties left, these Trump supporters. You must have some logic in there. Rudy Giuliani. Let me talk about this. Back in my 40s, I used hair dye. Let me just pick that to talk about. As you can see now, after my family and everybody around me told me, especially women told me it's better, they like the gray. So I stopped using it. But anyway, let me tell you, there's basically just one brand out there. That's it. There's one brand. It costs $5 to $7. All right. Because I was trying to think, Why would Rudy do this? I wouldn't even do this. I think I was using this back when I was on drugs, the hair dye, and I didn't even do this. It's very simple. It's $5 to $7. You know, I was thinking, well, maybe he bought a cheap kind of hair dye, because I'm trying to think of reasons why this man, this smart, supposedly best and brightest of Trump's people, why he would possibly go in front of the cameras with even the chance of this happening. Because let me tell you, as somebody has used that hair dye before, it's not something that happens. So I thought maybe he bought some cheap dye in a bodega or something, you know, some brand out of China or something. I've never seen it, but maybe I've never seen anything like that. I don't know if it exists, but maybe it does. I don't know why somebody that makes $20,000 a day would not just spend $5 to $6 or $7 on the one brand that's in every Walmart and Target across America. I don't know why he'd be that cheap. It's in every store. It's available everywhere. Very simple instructions. You mix A, you mix into B, you wait 5 minutes, you put it in, you wash it out, done. Man, like I said, I was heavily on drugs at the time, and I had no problem with it. I used that hair dye probably from when I was like, I don't know, 33 to maybe 40, maybe a year or two after I got clean and sober. And then my senses kicked in and I started to listen to the people around me to just let my hair go gray. But even a drug-addled heroin addict like me got the directions right, and I was able to afford it. So why would Rudy do this? The only way this would happen, the hair dye running down the face. I'll put pictures on my community page. I've already started that process. They're real. They're real. It's all over the news. All right. The only way this would happen is if Rudy put the hair dye in and didn't wash it out, which I don't know why. Why would somebody would do that? It's pretty obvious what's going to happen. As soon as you run the comb through, you're going to have black all over your hands. You got to wash it out. Like I said, these are instructions that seriously, I think a 5 or 6 year old could follow. Not that it's 5 or 6 year old would need hair dye, but you get what I'm saying. But the point I'm getting, this isn't about hair dye. This is about Trump's best and brightest. And on top of that, this is the guy that Trump puts out there as his mouthpiece to argue in front of the entire world that this was a sham. This is the guy, the best attorney that Donald Trump, that money can buy, the best he can get. Now, what this is again, I think I talked about this in yesterday's video. What Donald Trump is left with is yes men. Anybody that's the best and brightest wouldn't be associated with a narcissistic person like Trump. Smart people, inquisitive people, people with high IQs, intelligent people that seek answers, people that are inquisitive, would not work for Donald Trump, because there's no option for inquisitiveness in Donald Trump's administration. You listen to what he says and you toe that line. You know, there's no room for asking any questions. What he says is gold, and you promote it. Smart. That's just right there tells you that the mark. Anybody that most people know that the mark of it, and somebody that's intelligent, is inquisitiveness, is curiosity, is asking questions, the scientific method, all that. Trying things they haven't done before, questioning. And Donald Trump does not allow that. Therefore, he doesn't have the best and brightest people around him at all. He's got yes men. Rudy Giuliani, I don't know. Maybe he might have been a shining star back in the 80s. I don't know. Maybe he did take down the mob, as Eric Trump is going around talking about how Rudy Giuliani took down... I can't even say this. I'll get demonetized, but vacuum cleaner bags. That's what Eric Trump called the mob. I want to see how I want to see how they react to that. Anyway, I wanted to talk about the hair dye. Not the best and brightest, guys. I'll be back later with another video.